when my sister was first given this sentence, I thought that there was a mistake. I thought that somebody literally made a clerical error, and I started researching it. And not only did I realize that it wasn't a mistake, that it happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen, but that there are thousands of other people who had a very similar sentence. And that was part of the fire in this, is that this is something that unless you're directly affected by it, you probably don't know about it. And I wanted to get this story out so that the collective conscious of our country can start to understand what these sentences are and what they mean. Yes, I was a school teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher and an actor and a writer. And when I decided to make this film, I quit everything and I went all into documentary. I dove head first, dedicated my life to making this film. My nieces are doing well, but that's an evolving answer, because right now they're doing well. But I don't think we're really going to see the ramifications of this sentence for another 5 or 10 years. They were young. My sister's youngest daughter was 6 weeks old when she was sent away.
Oh my God.
So her mother was basically a phone for over a decade. And I think we're still, what this has done to them remains to be seen, and we'll continue to love them and support them. But right now, they're doing really well. Yeah, it was very difficult. I always tell this little story about filming my father. And the first time I was filming him and he broke down crying, I'll never forget that. Everything in my body was saying, put the camera down and go hug your dad and tell him it's going to be okay. And something else started fighting in me as well and saying, hold your shot. This is for the greater good. This is what you promised your family, that if they allowed themselves to be open and honest and vulnerable, that you would make something good out of this, and that this is the hard part of that process. So, it was very difficult, and it forced me to create a barrier between me and my family in some ways. This lens was my barrier, because, if I was going to continue to film these emotional moments, I needed to remain distant in a way. So, I had to have this different train of thought of, do I have enough battery? Do I have enough cards? What's going to happen next? Can I anticipate the next move? And I had to, create this barrier between me and my family emotionally.